Just trying to get to the chat. I got 2 viewers, but I don't see anybody. How's it going? I got 4 viewers, but no chat. Maybe I need to go out and back in. Let's see. I'm going to try going out and back in on my chat just because I don't think I can see anybody. Now I got 3 viewers. I lost somebody. Oh, come on. No. Let me see. Y'all can hear me, huh? Yeah. Sorry, y'all. Come on. All right. Let's see if I can see anybody now. Oh, I got 6 viewers. Come on. This thing is slow. Ah, hey, Raleigh. Okay, now I can see y'all. Awesome. Hey, Charles. Okay, let me ask you guys something. Has anybody ever played like Donkey Kong Country? Do you know who Diddy Kong is? Do you know what that is? I just typed in Martha and QP and bam, PC froze. Hey, Wake Up News. Wake Up News, did you ever play Nintendo? Did you ever have a Nintendo system? Hey, Joanna. Yeah, Diddy Kong's the little buddy. Okay. Think about Diddy Kong, and he's got a red shirt. What's on his shirt? What does his shirt look like? Don't look it up. Just what do you recall? Oh, Raleigh, you never played? That's okay. It's one of those things like, hey, Mandy. Okay, Mandy, do you know, have you ever played Donkey Kong Country? Do you know who Diddy Kong is? Like the little monkey? I wish Scott Balo was on here because I know he would know. This is like an example of the annoying little shit I see every day. Can't really remember, but I'm sure it was a red shirt. Yeah, it was a red shirt, but there's something on it. That's what's changed. I just want to see if anybody remembers it the way I do. Scotty left Robert's channel about a half hour ago. He might have to be tired and have to go to work tomorrow, so that's okay. I hate to tell you guys, but um, I blocked Lindsay. Oh, he can stop not. Wait, he can talk nonstop. No kidding. Oh, you talking about Robert? Yeah, Robert and I. Robert Wood is the reason I'm not in the ME24 anymore because he screamed at me and called me a whore. So, I mean, I like the guy. I love him as a person because he's another human, but and I understand he has problems, but I can't put up with that. I'm just not going to stand for it. Just the fact that they didn't really do anything about it, I was like, I'm out. Yeah, I blocked Lindsay. Lindsay, if you're watching, I'm really sorry, but I mean, that was pretty rough. I mean, I watched that video and his children were fine. You know. Did I call Robert? Oh yeah, I got on his channel and I screamed at him. I mean, I was mad. I mean, I'm not a whore. That's bullshit. I've been married for 20 years. He said I was like running around doing all this stuff, but it's no big deal. And Joanna said I called him out on it. Yeah, yeah, and I told them, I was like, I'm out. I'm out of the Facebook group. Like, I'm not going to be treated like that. So people are getting hit with some intense energy waves of emotion. When I walk through the valley of shadow of death, and I shall fear no evil. I agree. Now he respects me. See, and that probably would have happened, but there's just like some things I can't tolerate, and that's one of them. You know, quick prayer request. What do you need prayers for? What's wrong, Raleigh? I'll pray for you if that's okay. Say when, and I'll post a request. Yeah, whenever. Yeah, I saw that. I've been kind of, I kind of look at it every day and I could see the spikes. I guess I was blocked, LOL, but it's cool. Charles, you were blocked? Why? Not from here. Oh, you're blocked from Roberts, baby. I don't know. You're not blocked from here, though. I can see you. I mean, and like, I tried to not pay attention, because I don't like to upset myself, but I just saw like two random changes today and I was just like, got mad about them. It's like it wants me to be upset. Oh, thank you. Thank you, Skookum. Yeah, I feel better. I got a little bit of blemishing going on right here, but yeah, I had like, fruit and avocado and all kinds of junk today. So I feel pretty good today. I think one thing that made me look that fast was bad. I think one thing that made me feel so bad was not having my vitamins. Like I didn't take any vitamins, and my body's used to that. And you could tell like I had phlegm coming up and stuff. Hey, Skookum Raleigh's saying he needs a prayer request. Maybe Skookum can send you some healing energy. Gummy bears to the rescue. Well, see, that's another thing, Skookum. Like, I stopped looking. I just stopped looking. I'm just like, whatever. Like, I can't sit here and spend my life like, because I get too obsessed over that shit. But like today, okay, now I've got some people in here. Does anybody remember Diddy Kong from like Donkey Kong Country? Yeah, we are easily manipulated. I'm easily fooled too. I always think people are like telling me the truth. Always. I'm always like, oh, they're a good person, but you know. Okay, Skookum, you remember? Okay, he's got a red T-shirt on. What's on the T-shirt? What do you remember? Mandy says her energy's down today. Yesterday, your energy was high. My energy could have been high, but I was still trying to get over that fast I went on. Oh, okay. I'll just say it. What I remember is he had a little red shirt on with one yellow star, just one bright yellow star. And my daughter said, she was like, Mom, she was like, look at this. And I look over and she was like, it's got two stars. Now it's got like two stars, like one's up here, one's down here. And it was just one star. So that my daughter actually found that. But I was just like, that's so annoying because I played that game all the time and I know it was one star. I know that. Another annoying change I saw today, we were sitting there watching YouTube, just like me and my husband and kids on our Wake Up News says your channel and my PC don't go well together. I'm sorry. But do you remember that Sinead O'Connor song, Nothing Compares to You? Does everybody remember that song? Does anybody remember it being a Prince song? This is my very good friend Ocean. She's a wonderful young lady. She was clean for a few years. Then life lifed her and she's in jail, felony drug charges. Yeah, Joanna. Prince, they're saying that was a Prince song. That's a remade Prince song. And now all of a sudden, like, there's all these artists doing the Prince version of it. Give me a break. That kind of stuff is annoying to me. It's just annoying. Okay, let's see. Yeah. Nope. And that's what I'm saying. You're going to go, hey, wait, Raleigh, before you go, look. This is my email address. Raleigh, before you go, this is my email address. If you find out like where she is and how to write letters to her, send it to me and I will write her letters. Her name is Ocean. I'll pray for her, but I'll write her. I'm telling you, I've been in prison and in jail, and the most important thing in there is mail. But I also know how she feels, so. But yeah, I'll write to her. I'll put stickers in there and Raul, seriously, email me her address and how to get in touch with her, like what block she's on and whatever, however they do it. Try to find out her address. I don't know, but what's up? I don't know what's up with the yellow banner. Yeah, but just email it to me sometime. Because I know how that is. I write to a lot of different people. I don't know where the crown is. It started doing that yesterday. It changed yesterday. I mean, I know let me see. Am I logged in? I'm logged in on this one. I don't know where my crown is. It's just got a yellow thing now. Wake Up News says YouTube's done a few changes. I notice it every time they play. Yeah. That could be an update. I don't know. Yeah, it is weird. Oh, have y'all been watching Charles says, well, I'm glad to hear it. It's always nice when somebody asks how you are, but it should never be expected, but always appreciate it. Yeah. The wrench is different. Oh yeah, it's like, huh. Like it's square on the inside instead of rounded on the inside. Do you think that's how it's different, Joanna? Yeah. Oh, they switch it forward and backwards. Oh. Was it in front? Skookum says, always appreciate it when people notice I'm here. I know you get into big chats and it's like, it's different. I don't know. That is weird. I don't know. I can't remember. I don't remember. Yeah, YouTube sucks, but it's what brought us all together, kind of. Joanna's like, okay, I shut up. It's okay, Joanna. You say whatever you want. No, but just seeing stuff like that. I mean, that's why, like, I can hardly watch TV. I can hardly even, like, really look at YouTube because that's the kind of stuff I see. That's just like a sample of, like, the barrage of bullshit. And it's just like, I used to think, oh, there's some meaning in these changes. When you see stuff like that, it's like, what does that even mean? What's the point? 1 star, 2 stars on Diddy Kong, like who cares? And then that's Sinead O'Connor. I mean, come on, I was into that song. I would have known if it was written by Prince. I mean, that's just like Rod Stewart still being alive. That shit pisses me off. And I don't think anybody's ever talked about the Rod Stewart one. I know that motherfucker died. I don't care what anybody says. It just makes me, those things annoy me. Wake Up News says basically they're messing with us. Yeah. Charles says they've been unsubscribing me for too many people. Yeah. And you can't sub to new channels unless you delete old ones. Well, it was part of somebody on another channel was saying, well, not on one of the ME channels, but somebody on like one of the other channels I watch. I think it was UAP. They were talking about the Bilderberg meeting and they interviewed a guy that was in there or knew what the agenda was. And he was saying that YouTube was on their agenda. And they were talking about like comment control. And there's this one country, it's like a small country in Europe where they have like this card that controls everything. Like you pay your bills with it, you use it for medical, you use it for everything. And they make you log in with that thing in order to make comments on social media. So that's where it's going. Charles says, I feel like they want people to take things personal so that way it causes divide. Yeah. And see, lately I've been so hyped up and aggravated that I've upset a couple of people. So what can I do? But yeah, I've been really hyper, really agitated lately, but I just feel like really, I mean, a lot of people are saying they can hear it, like the Schumann spikes. I don't find that, but I do feel just real like emotional, like real charged up. Wake Up News says, wow, 3 times to get to your stream, the PC freezes. Yeah, they don't want us to be connected for some reason. Wake up. Says the Nielsen Rating Company wanted me and my family to carry around rechargeable device to pick up broadcasts everywhere I go. What? Yeah, that's fishy. I wouldn't do that. They're just so desperate for your data. And it's really, a lot of it is just so they can sell stuff to you. So they can customize advertising on your page, and, you know, that's the main purpose of it, because they want to keep you fearful and consuming. So if they can scare you with a bunch of scary stories about things that may or may not really be happening, and then find out what you like, because, you know, shopping's like a big anxiety reliever for a lot of people. You know, that thrill of getting something. See, Joanna, me too. Sinead O'Connor is the only one I remember making that song. That was never a Prince song. And see, I looked it up and it said, oh, it was from Prince wrote it for his side group, Prince and the Family. And then when I looked it up on YouTube, it was like Prince and the Revolution, like his regular band. So, like, which one is it? Like, I can't even decide which one it is. That stuff just aggravates me to no bullshit. And then I looked it up, like trying to see if it was a Mandela effect, and nobody's seen it so far. So, hey, Wascally Wabbit. So sometimes if you watch the chat, you can tell it's being monitored. Oh well, I'm not worried about it. Says, always like to see the positive where most of the focus is negative. Yeah, that's true. Wascally Wabbit. Hey, everybody. You're eating a sandwich, but the wrenches look like the handle is slightly longer. The head looks a bit smaller. Yeah, Joanna was just saying the wrenches look weird. Mandy says, Charles, I added you as a mod wrench for when I do streams. Yeah, you can add the URL, or like when they're in your chat, if you float your mouse over, you'll see 3 dots to the right, and you can click on those 3 dots and just click add moderator. If you need, like if you have a stream and you don't have any moderators in there, and there's a couple people you kind of trust, I mean, you can sit there and add them real quick so that you're not getting a bunch of trolls up in there. Skickum says, I did a vid on what? What is that? Pareidolia? I don't know what that is. And Scotty got upset when I explained to him I was talking about internet memes. Oh, I don't know what that means. Charles says we must lead by example. I wish I could. I don't remember the S on the end of Connor. Wait, it's S now? It's Sinead O'Connor, not O'Connors. There's an S on the end of her name now. Give me a break. It wasn't even like that earlier when I looked it up. That is so crazy. Well, we discovered one together, Joanna. I discovered that part and you discovered the S part. Let's see. Notice that half the wrenches that I put on mine have completely disappeared. Yeah. Let's see. It's an S now. It was Sinead O'Connor, not Connors. It's about the brain, how it interprets incomplete information in a confusing environment. For real, go look. Okay, let's see. Okay, I'm looking it up. So I can't see y'all right now. See, I see. Wait. See, I see Sinead O'Connor. Yeah. Here, look, I'll screen share it. See, and this may be one of those things. Can y'all see that? This may be one of those things where it's like Sinead O'Connor. Okay, now that we've done that, did you see that? See now both ways. It's got it both ways. That means eventually there's one of them you won't see. That's the way it always starts. Like when you catch them like right fresh, and I guarantee you this Prince song thing, probably bigger channels will be talking about it tomorrow. They'll notice, like they'll eventually notice. Oh, pareidolia would be like finding animal shapes and other images in clouds. Oh, like where the human brain tries to see faces. Scott Balow. I know you can't stay. Oh, because sweet lovin' is on the horizon. Do you remember Diddy Kong? Scott Balow. Scott Balow. I know you remember Diddy Kong. Says hearing Yanni or the other word LOL and how we hear from one suggestion to another. Nothing to do with being psychic. Yeah. Where's Scott Balow? Dude, I saw you in here and then you disappeared. No, there you are. Higher Self just came out with the video I'm going to add to the playlist and watch. Oh wait, hey, if you want to post the link in here, look, Charles, I added you as a moderator. You can post the link in here if you need to, if you want to. Rascally Rabbit, I thought you were a moderator. What happened? Let's see. Add you. There we go. Looks like I'm on the phone. It's how we've adapted to protect ourselves. Yeah. Any fairies in my yard, Scotty? Scott Bailey, where are you? YouTube happened. Yeah. And I was watching this guy earlier. I really like his channel for some reason. Just I don't know. He doesn't really talk about the Mandela effect, but there's something about him that I just really like. And he's making love to his girl. Ew. I don't want to think about him like that. It's like, I don't know, think about your brother or something. Oh, he said be back later. That's cool. Oh, well. So how was your day today? It was okay. That's true, Joanna. He's being honest. That's one good thing you can say for him. I went to work today and besides the annoying changes, everything was fine. Some lady came in to get links out of a watch, and I talked her into trading in her old engagement ring for a new wedding set. So, oh, hey, Rationally, do you remember Diddy Kong? I know you played Donkey Kong Country. You probably grew up playing it. I just want to find one person that remembers it the way I do. Because literally, my daughter was playing it, and she was like, um, she said like an hour later it changed. Yeah, the video game. Do you remember like Donkey Kong Country? He has a red shirt on. What is on the shirt? Just from your memory. Hey, Alone One, what's up? The Chatter Crew. Fizzy Pop, what's up? Joanna says hello. DK. Yeah, see, DK was on the end of Donkey Kong's tie. I know. I just wish I found one person that remembers it. But yeah, like Ratchley, like if you look, he used to have like one yellow star in the middle of his red shirt, and now he's got two. It's annoying. That stuff annoys me. I'm just like, you know that it wasn't like that. And then like I could find some residual, but see if I look for them, they drive me nuts. But when they like come upon me like that, then it drives me crazy. I hate that. It's just annoying because I know it wasn't like that. Yeah, but my youngest claims it like literally changed in her game while she was playing it. Like she noticed like after about an hour, she was like, wait a second, his shirt changed. I like your name, Fizzy Pop. Reminds me of a bath bomb. Did ask where he was, but no response to my question. Oh, let me see. Oh, okay. Yeah, 2 stars is wrong. My niece always used Donkey Kong in Mario Kart. Yeah, like Diddy Kong, like the little one. It didn't have 2 stars. It had 1 star. Just looked and yeah, I don't remember. That's okay. It's because she drinks so many sodas. Busy. Also, Rashley, remember that song, that Sinead O'Connor song, Nothing Compares to You? Now it's like Prince wrote it and that was like a remake of his song, and I don't remember that. And I was a 90s kid, I would remember that. Why you pick names so long, yeah. But now it's a Prince song. That's new. And see, I looked both of those up and nobody's noticed it yet. Sorry, I'm a little hyper today. Sinead O'Connor, going to keep watching her name too. Yeah, and then Joanna looks it up and she said Sinead O'Connor's, and I'm like, what? She doesn't have an S on the last end of her name. That's bullshit. And Joanna's like, they better leave her name alone. I know, right? I just, ugh, that shit pisses me off. It's so stupid. It's just like, why? I hope they're just misspelling it. I know. I'm always like, it's probably a logo change, and it never is. I know I looked it up and I didn't see an S at the end, but Joanna said she looked it up and saw an S at the end. So I don't know. But when I looked it up, look, I've got it right here. I'll screen share. When I looked it up, it was still O'Connor with no S. So, oh, look at that. That's interesting. I always remember her first name being spelled like this, but I don't know. Maybe that's a common misspelling of her name. Did she die? She's not dead. Wait. What? Oh, okay. It says she's not dead. I was fixing to say, oh my God. Oh, it says she's been found safe and sound after her suicide note post on Facebook. Okay. Oh, so she's having issues. Maybe that's why it's changing. Maybe she did die and then she came back. Who freaking knows? It's so annoying. It could be in transition like Yahtzee. I know. That is another, I just want to tell you, I grew up playing Yahtzee and see, like right now, like when it first changes, like you can find it both ways for a while, but then after a while, it'll morph. That's happened to me with like definitions, like word spellings. Alone once said, "Did Mr. Darkwolf predict tomorrow's a shift day?" Um, I think the predictors. Let me look. The predictors were the 7th, the 15th, and the 24th, which I find interesting because my husband's always like every September 24th, he's like, this is going to be it. We're going to be raptured. I'm like, oh, Lord, we're not. Because you just don't know. Oh, you don't remember the accent mark on top of the E? I can't really say that I do either, but I can't be 100% sure on that one. Even though I was like obsessed with her. I used to sit there and listen to that song and cry. Oh, it's carrots for the Wascally Wabbit. Fizzy Pop, I mean, Wascally, I thought that was sushi, but it's like dice. Mm. Maybe it morphed for you, Joanna. I mean, who knows? I mean, listen, I had a friend, I've told the story 1,000 times, but I had a friend and they had all that Kennedy stuff and they were like coming out, like releasing like secret documents or whatever, like the government was, and they were showing that footage to kind of normalize the 6 people in the car. And my friend, I told him about it, and he was like, "No, there's 4 people. I just watched that on TV." And I was like, "Look at it again because you'll never see 4 again. I mean, you'll never see 4. You'll always see 6 now." And it really freaked him out. So, like, I saw the change like over a year before he did, and that happens. And even with me and my husband, we'll be sitting there and like, there was a song by like Jefferson Starship for the Mannequin movie, and my husband can hear it one way, I can hear it another, and then if I sit there and focus on the past, I hear it the old way. If I relax and keep myself present, I hear it the new way. So I mean, it can sit there and warp like that. Did you happen to bring ranch too? That's cute. Oh, Sinead O'Connor was on Dr. Phil? Huh. Fizzy Puff, these are for you. Aw, flowers. That's nice. Sorry, I'm like really super hyper today. And I can like hardly eat. Like I'm just really just, I don't know. Oh, let me see. She posted a link. I think it says Sinead O'Connor's Nothing Compares to You. They could have meant to put an apostrophe. Who knows though with that? Get back into the chat. I accidentally clicked on that link. Damn. I hope that didn't mess up the chat for me. It may have. Okay, there it's back. Yeah, who knows? You need to drink more soda, stay fizzy. Soda's bad for me. Oh, but you know, if you like fizzy stuff, I got like a 12 pack of like it was like alcoholic seltzer water, like flavored seltzer water, and it was pretty good. And it tasted like just like flavored soda. No, but there's this guy who has this channel that I really like. Let's see if I can find it. Oh, I forgot what it's called. Let's see, look at my notifications if I can get to it. Let's see. So You Exist. That's a good channel. I like that channel. And really like he makes he's got like a music channel too, and I really like his music. It's really good. So back to the chat. Yeah, but this is his channel name. Let's see. Yeah, but that's the guy's channel name. And he also has like a music channel. And I like him because he's kind of seems like a level-headed fellow. And then like he was talking about like realities and how we're all, you know, how people say we're all creating our own reality, but he had some like really good thoughts on that, you know. So I would post a link, but it won't let me post links for some reason. It's kind of wacky. I'll buy rationally. So you'll check Reddit later. People just can't spell. You never know. I mean, but they don't have to these days, do they? Because, you know, we have spell check and, you know, even like talk to text, stuff like that. I swear from like a distance, it looks like I have a slit. Do y'all see that? That's fucking crazy. Looking on my eyeball. Maybe it's just like a reflection, but Thank you, Wake Up News, sending me love before the computer blows up. Joanna says, I actually think that is why algorithms mess with the wiki so much. Maybe. Mascally Rabbit says, news YouTube seems to have changed some stuff since earlier today. Do you think your technology issues have anything to do with it? His it was messing with him yesterday. Your chat is mistyping words too. What kind of I mean, do you use Chrome or do you use Google? Like the older version of Google? Because that can mess with it. Like if your web browser is out of date and not, like not updated, that can mess with it. Wake Up News says, I notice all the YouTube changes. It seems like, what I've noticed, and I don't know if this is an effect or it's just them screwing with stuff. I just can't tell. So I'm not saying one way or another. But like on Xbox, like they'll change the format and it'll be all updated. And then 2 days later, it'll go back to the old format. And then it'll be like updated in like a brand new way. And it'll be like that for a month. And then it'll go back to an old format. Like we notice that all the time. And Joe's like, I mean, is this like a change or is this just they can't get their shit straight? See, Firefox all updated. Your chat's mistyping words too. It's crazy. But I'll tell you guys, I went on that water fast. I only did it for like right under 3 days. And I mean, it kind of made me feel like I was tripping on acid, just like the visuals of it. And like that hasn't really gone away. It kind of enhanced, I don't know, it enhanced my vision. It was really kind of weird. I don't know if I've done myself damage or if I'm like actually seeing shit for the way it is. I don't know. But I mean, I know some people don't believe in meditation and stuff, but I think that it helps you connect. It helps you see things more clearly. I really believe if you try to disconnect yourself as much as you can from your thoughts and try to turn your brain off to where you can like sit in silence and not have it running, it helps so much with this kind of thing. But so I've gone back from Windows 10 to 7. AI can mess with you. Yeah, that's true. And see, we won't update because, oh, that sounds technical, Joanne. I don't know about all that. You got some going on. Wascally Rabbit says, I don't know, but I don't think anything's impossible anymore. I don't either. I think anything's possible now. It's kind of exciting in a way, though. You know? You run Windows 7 on a 64-bit. All I know is the computer I have. It's got like multiple towers. We got like 4 like terabytes, I think is what it is, of space. My husband's always doing stuff. I don't know what half the stuff he does is, but he's really just like running. He's like analyzing everything constantly. I don't understand what all he does. It's his hobby. It's kind of strange. Like I noticed MA's wife has a channel now, and it's really interesting. It's like groundbreaking because nobody really talks about what it's like to be with somebody like us, or especially like him. I mean, he is obsessed with that stuff, and I mean, I know what it's like to be with somebody who's an obsessive person like that, who's like, they just see something's not right and they just keep at it. Because my husband's like that with coding. Like he sees like the codes and everything. Like he's obsessed with numbers. And so, like, if he sees a news report, he's breaking it down with the gematria. Like, he can predict things through that. He's obsessed with, like, reverse speech. So, I mean, I understand. I mean, it's like we have, like, our obsessions and we see things, but it's different. We do it differently. But at the end of the day, we can come together and we see changes together. So, I don't know. So, it's groundbreaking that she's sitting there talking about that. And I think it's really interesting. I've enjoyed her videos so far. And I think she's really, I think this is my take on MA's wife. I think that she is affected, but she just wants peace. I think she just doesn't want to think about it. I don't think I would not call her unaffected. That's for sure. You know, she's not a zombie person like some people. Some people are like just zombies. Like they're programmed machines, and she's definitely not that. She's aware, but maybe just not fully, you know, like maybe she just doesn't want to be. That's what I think. That's my opinion on her. But she's definitely aware. Like, I don't think she's like unaffected. I don't agree with him saying that. But that's just my take on it. But it's really interesting because, I mean, you see him and then now you get to see her side, and I mean, a lot of people have issues with this, and I just think it's a good channel so far. I hope she does some live streams, like more, like just on her own. I mean, she could start her own support group, like people who, you know, are heavily affected, who really like see constant changes. Like maybe she could like hook up with like those people's like spouses and stuff like that. I don't know. Maybe have a support group. It's really cool. But anyway. Obsession on weather. Okay, let's see. What about Miss? Sorry, I was like running at the mouth. Okay, Wake Up News says in top right of YouTube, there are sometimes 3 icons, sometimes 4, and now 5. Oh, yeah. Joanna, 3 firewalls, fat chance tracking me. I think they could see you anyway. I mean, who knows? This is Wake Up News. I have Avast installed with ad blocker too. Yeah. We have something, and I can't remember what it's called. Let me minimize this. We use Peer Block, and I like that. You can't always see everything, but like sometimes you can't watch certain videos, but let's see. Skookum said, just have 4 more gallons of water and it fixed the hole it had. Should sleep better. What do you have, like a water bed? Skookum says MA has a lot of anger about it. Yeah, but I think it's like with me, like you can see like when I see something, I get really fucking annoyed. So, I mean, it may just be like like he's just annoyed. Who knows? And Joanna says ditto. It's kind of my obsession with the weather. Yeah. Like, and I think like you look at like Dark Wolf, like he likes to research everything. I think everybody's got their own way of like dealing with this. Like for me, I've got to look at the spiritual side of it. I just do. Like I have to meditate. I have to like focus on vitamins and, you know, I have my obsessions with it. I have to know like what's behind it. Like, what do I do now? That's my focus. Like, what is it really? You know, instead of just, you know, like what Dark Wolf does, I couldn't do that. I couldn't sit there and like make charts and all that and like try to keep up with all that. I don't have it in me. I'm not that kind of person. Skookum says, Mrs. M.A. is sweet, but she's busy like my daughter. Yeah, I think she just wants peace. She's cute as she could be, though. He was saying something about how she wanted earrings. I kind of want to send her some earrings. Let's see. Joanna, if I lived with MA, I understand her wanting to be more casual. Oh yeah. Like you see my husband, like every time he gets around his parents, we just sit there, me and my daughters, and we're like, just stop talking about it. They're never going to see it. He is like convinced that if you don't see it, that you're not going to make it to like the afterlife. And he's like, I just want to be in heaven with my parents. Like he gets very upset. And he said, I think my mom can see it, but my dad like talks her out of it. Stuff like that. It's very upsetting. Especially if people think that, if they think like if you can't see it, like you're not going to make it. And I don't think that's necessarily true. Wesley Wabbit says, yep, gematria. Yeah. Oh yeah. Sigils, symbols. Like he's into all that. It's like I see it, but like those things are kind of a trigger for me, so I just don't even. I'd probably bip him like she's done a few times. Or like scare him. That's pretty funny. Wake Up News says I test software for fun. That sounds like fun. Alone One says, Emma had a lot to say the other day about Linsby. Linsby has always been so nice to me, so it's hard for me to digest it all. Well, I mean, Alone One, I blocked her from this channel. You can't fuck with somebody and their kids like that. You just can't do it. That's a no-brainer. I mean, I can understand why they're pissed. I'll be fucking furious if somebody wrote me and implied that, that there was impropriety in my home. Fuck that shit. That's what I have to say. And Linsby, if you're watching, sorry, baby. You're not welcome here. Okay, let's see. He deserves to be scared by her. I know, it's pretty funny. He's like, ah! It's like a little girl. Let's see. Oh, you're doing face masks? Are you making some, or you're like got a face mask on? Scoop says, I imagine some might be offended that I prefer to look at evidence, but I'm too, I don't know what that word means. I have to open my mind. Yeah. Yeah, it was inappropriate. Yeah. Yeah, it was inappropriate. Skookum says she's pretty. I'd love to be pretty like her. Yeah. I don't know. I mean, everybody's beautiful in one way or another, though. Especially the fact that like everybody's face is so different. I don't know. I can look and see the beauty in anybody. I don't know. It's fucked up. Joanna says, my pretty days are over. Joanna, you have really lovely skin, though. Your skin is beautiful. And then, like, you have beautiful eyes. I mean, you're still a pretty lady. I mean, we're all getting older. I mean, I wish I looked like I was 14 still, or 16 or 20, but we just got to take what we have. And really, I think that, even the most beautiful people can be really ugly on how they act. It just makes them ugly. But that's fucked up. That's fucked up for real, y'all. Skookum says, my skin is awful. No sunscreen when you were a kid. Retin-A, it'll fix all that. I promise you. But you got to wear sunscreen with it. Skookum, true beauty's on the inside. That's right. It is. It's on the inside. Just the fact that we're human and, the image that we project. I mean, we're made in our creator's image, so we're gorgeous. Don't worry about it. Wake Up says, how can anyone fall out with you? Fizzy is beyond me. Oh. Fizzy says, no one ever confronts me. I must be super intimate. It's just as you're so fizzy and cute. Let's see. Joanna says, I don't think I look 62, but I would like to look in the mirror and see 20 again. Yeah. I don't know, but like you see those celebrities that look forever young. That shit's creepy. I enjoy looking my age. I just like to look good for my age. And I mean, everybody I've seen on here looks good for their age. So Fizzy Pop, you use Retin A2? Yep. Oh, you know what I use is this rose water spray, and it keeps my face from drying out. But it's still a little peely in the morning. I just do a scrub, you know. And I also use a Tanda. I don't know if you know what that is, but it's like a it's an infrared light on my face. So Joanna says that's why people say they're clones. Wouldn't want anyone to say I'm a clone. Yeah, you can't say I'm a clone because they made me imperfect. Skookum says rose water is nice. I like it. I like the smell of it. I like the fact that it's natural. Skookum says apparently there are clones of me. Really? I hope not. I don't know what to think about all that. Because like if it is a simulation, then I guess it's possible. I don't know. It's like I hate to run on just like one thing somebody says. For me, I feel like it's a mixture of things. I think as I go along, and I'm sure a lot of y'all feel like that, like you'll take a piece from this person, a piece from that person, and I just take like what I think sounds true and I add it. And I just think, yeah, that's probably right. Because, you know, we've been lied to so much, it's hard to determine what's real and what's not, you know? So you use bamboo scrub and a Dove bar, that's all. That's cool. I use Dove soap too, but not on my face. It's like it irritates the retin-A or something. It's like the perfume in it. Or it might just be my skin's too sensitive. But I use it for my body. I like it. Skookum, I've heard two people say they saw someone like me. It could be a common look. Listen, I get that constantly. Constantly. Joanna says I don't need anything else. You know, a friend of my mom's, she's got the most beautiful skin, and she uses Pond's. Like, she uses cold cream. So she like removes her makeup with cold cream, and she uses like Pond's moisturizer. She's been doing it for years, and she just uses like soap, like basic soap. Wake Up News says, I can remember a few years back, I spent the weekend at home, but I was told I was out drinking around town. I said it wasn't me, but they said it was my double. Yeah. Wascally says, if I'm a clone, then they burned down the lab, destroyed the evidence, and put the scientists in witness protection. That's cute. Alone One says, my sister has a poem. She is 69. When I was young and in my prime, I washed up with the finest kind, but now I'm old and I have lost hope, so I just use any old soap. That's cute. I use Eve Hansen. I love Eve Hansen stuff. You can get it on Amazon. It's cheap. And I use their eye cream like in the black thing. And then there's one that I've used. It's from Korea, and I think it's called like Red or something like that. I used to use it a couple of years ago. I liked it. Like the Red formula, or I'd have to look on my Amazon account. Mandy says hemp oil does my skin good. Yeah, see, it's like it depends on the kind of skin you have, I think. Joanna says, I love CBD. Maybe I should use it on my face. Maybe. Your hand, elbows, and knees all get it. Yes, I love Korean skincare, y'all. Their stuff is freaking amazing. Like, I love Skin Food. Like their powders. I mean, Wake Up News. I'm just a water and soap. Wait, I'm just a dude, water and soap. Yeah, men don't care. Skookum says there's a store near me. I love Korean. Me too. I love all that stuff. It's fun, like especially all the fun little masks they have. I use a lot of that stuff. I mean, it's fun to do with the girls. I don't know. I'll be like, ooh, you want to get this one? We all get a different one and try them. It's just fun. But yeah, all their products are really good. A lot of them are organic. I don't know. What you doing? Joanna, I hate having these. You know, Joanna, I have a filter on my shower head. You can get them at Home Depot. You just like take your shower head off, you screw the filter in, and then you screw your shower head onto it. And you change it like every 6 months. And I mean, it makes a difference. It makes your skin feel so good. But yeah, like water's important. And like I went through that water fast and my water didn't make me sick. So I guess it's okay. I don't know about that one. We have a whole house filter too, but yeah, it's supposed to filter out some chlorine. And like ours, we noticed it had like a sulfur smell to it. And since we installed like that the shower head one, we don't notice it. Oh, it smells like bleach. It definitely filters out bleach. But yeah, it's not expensive. Look for it at Home Depot, like on the like not the shower head aisle, but like the aisle that's got like plumbing repair and stuff like that. You'll find it. Makes you sick to your stomach. Yeah, it'll help. It'll help. I used to work for Lowe's, so I know all those little gadgets. Well, I found a place for Rain temporarily, but she won't talk to me. I think she's pissed off at me. But it's a really nice place. The women there are really caring. It's it's like a family that does it. It's not like anything bad, but I think she wants to hang out in Denver or do something else. But I'm just worried about her. So hopefully she'll contact me. She won't look at my messages. I don't know. I got impatient. When there's a crisis, I act like an asshole. I'm like, this is what you've got to do. And yeah, I get bossy. Let's see. The sun is shining at 5:41 a.m. I wonder if the clocks are off an hour. Your nose is sensitive. Carrots and ranch. That's so sweet. Joanna, I haven't seen Rain anywhere. Yeah. She's been posting some stuff. But yeah. She said she was going to come down this way, but I don't know if she is. Because I was trying to communicate with her and she was not answering me, and I got fucking pissed off about it and acted like an asshole. She used to come on Lone Eagle and she hasn't been there. Ugh. I hope she's not, I hope she's Rain, if you ever watch my channel again, I love you and I'm sorry. Please don't be pissed at me. I'm mad at myself for being a dick. But I'm not perfect. I never claimed to be. I was raised to be hard, to have like steely emotions when the going gets tough. So I just can't help it. I'm an asshole. Let's see. Alone One says, I want a filter system that takes out fluoride. The one we use is we've got the big GE like whole house filter. And then, I mean, our drinking water, that's a whole, y'all have heard me preach about that. And then we've got a filter on our shower head. And then we've got a little one that attaches to the incoming water from our sink. Joanna says, I'll keep an eye out. She's in pain, I think. Yeah. I mean, it's rough. I've been there. You know, I've had to, I mean, I went through when I moved out of my house, like when I was a kid. So I understand what she's going through. Wake Up News says, I wonder if that's something we have in common. We speak out mine and say how it is. Yeah, probably. Because like even my kids, you know, if they're going through something, I'm like, listen, this is what you have to do. And I just become kind of jerky. I don't mean to. But I always feel like, I guess I always feel like it's my job to rescue everybody. And it's just like a flaw. And then, you know, if you don't let me help you when you've asked for help, I get pissed. So I set it up anyway. So I don't know. Thank you, Mandy. See you later. Joey and I can be honest to a fault. Yeah, I mean, you and me and Jonah are alike in that. I'm just like I'll just say it. Like I'm impulsive, so sometimes I just say stuff and I don't think about it. Wesley, Alone One says, I don't know. I found a filter through BP Earthlight channel for 200. Oh yeah, cool. Skookum says, I usually don't want help from people. See, I'm the same way. It's hard for me to accept help. And like Wake Up was saying, maybe we all have that in common. Just saying. So it might be like two heads butting, you know? Like she may not really like it, and I may, you know, I'm a little too headstrong, and it's just chemistry's off. Yeah, I think all of us are. You gotta be in this life. That's how we're strong enough to see this. But we see. I mean, look at Svetlana too. I mean, most of us have had hard lives and just had to keep on trucking. And then look at her. I mean, she, like, if something doesn't ring true with her, she's telling you. So, survival. Oh, yeah. Survival of the fittest, baby. You could either be a sheep or a sheep herder in this life, you know, victim or a victor. I choose to be victor every time. Alone One says, have you considered buying water in 5-gallon jugs? Huh. Now we have the big, like 10-gallon jugs that we put water in, like emergency water, just because we went through like Hurricane Katrina. So we keep emergency water and we change it out every month. But no, I have I don't have the reverse osmosis thing, but I have one that makes the water alkaline. It's like that machine that electrocutes it and it separates it from good water to wastewater. So there's like one thing that feeds back into the tap that we use for like cleaning and whatever. And then all of our water, like we boil pasta in or drink or anything else, it's split off. There's like a spigot for it for drinking water and ice and making ice and stuff like that. And then another one goes to the refrigerator. So Alone One, it can be hard to be diplomatic. I'm not good at it. If somebody says something bogus, I will comment, and then an argument usually happens. I know a lot of us are so headstrong. And Wake Up News says, whatever we've been through has only made us stronger. I agree. Joanna says, I'm out of my spring water I get from hot springs. I hate bottled water. Ugh. Yeah. Oh my goodness, Scott Balo. Got you some loving on the side. Not on the side of your girl, but like with your girl. You know. Wake up news, when you get to be our age, you don't want it to take forever, trust me. So it's a good thing. Oh, Lord. Scott Balo, do you remember Diddy Kong? Only takes 5 seconds. Oh, Lord. Fizzy Pop is grossed out. Do you remember Donkey Kong Country, since you played video games? You remember the little sidekick, Diddy Kong, with the red shirt? Yeah. Sorry, it's my southern accent, probably. Skookum says, thank you for reminding me why I'm not in a relationship. That's funny. Okay, what does Diddy Kong have on his shirt? Don't look it up. Wake up news. Loving takes time. Oh, good gravy. How many stars? Just one? One in the middle? Scott Balo, go look. Okay, let me show you. I've been waiting for somebody to remember it like me. I knew you. It would be you. I'm so excited. Oh, God, please let my mouse work. Okay. Oh, come on. Please work. Okay, I'm going to screen share so you can see. Please. Look at that shit. Now he's got 2 stars. Now you know that's not right. You know that's not right. And dude, my daughter, my youngest, saw this happen. Like, she saw this change like within an hour. She was sitting there playing Donkey Kong Country on her DS. And see, I remember him like this, with the 1 star in the middle. And now he's got 2 stars like this. And it changed in the game. See, the 2 stars. And see, look, I remember him like this with 1 star. 1 star. Other people remember it. But I bet you, look, see, now he's got them like all over his shirt. So stupid. Look, 2 stars. That is such bullshit. And she saw it change in the game she was playing. So soon you probably won't be able to find it with 1 star. No, it's like happened today. Like, my daughter saw it within an hour. And then also, this was another one. Sinead O'Connor. Now they're saying Prince wrote that song, and he had a group called The Family, and that was one of their songs before Sinead O'Connor did that. She did not write that song. He wrote it now, which could have been true, but I don't ever remember him performing it or having that song. I was a Prince fan. I was a Sinead O'Connor fan. That's bullshit. Bullshit. We were just looking at YouTube earlier, and then it was showing. My husband was looking at these videos like where they mix 2 songs together. They have like the same tempo, like where they mix like one of them was like 9 Inch Nails and like some popular pop artist or whatever. And they'll take lyrics from one set to the music of another, and it works. It's like funny. But we saw like somebody like doing Prince's Nothing Compares to You. And I'm like, Prince's? That's a bullshit. And we looked it up, and apparently like that was originally his song. That is bullshit though. Oh, okay, cool. Scotty says, yeah, that was definitely a effect for me too. I heard about that 2 years ago. Prince suddenly wrote it. What? And see, I looked it up on YouTube, like, is that a Mandela effect? And I don't see where anybody has reported that as a Mandela effect. I mean, have you seen a channel talk about that? It's just annoying to me when I see it and like it's in my face like that because I'm not looking for them. Scott Baylor, I think we are, Scott. We're too connected. We're always like Joanne is like, Prince did not do it. I'm telling you, he did. I mean, they have him singing it. It was like a duet with some other lady, and it's like, whatever. Scott Baylor said, no, I just didn't realize it was an effect till you said it. Okay, cool. Bullshit. Like I said earlier, like Rod Stewart still being alive, that shit's bullshit. Or like that fucking preacher dying twice. Before you know it, he'll be alive again. Skookum says I'm behind in pop culture stuff. Isolated for so many years. Oh, I'm sorry about that. I mean, maybe it was a good thing though. I'm trying to get to that where I'm isolated. Well, yeah, she sang it, but it's saying that he did first. And that's bullshit. And it's so stupid. So fucking stupid. Makes me mad. See, I'm not going to sit there and search for that shit. But it just like, if it's like blatant and in my face, like moon grapes, like I had never seen that before. And I started eating them like 2 years ago. I was like, well, these are new. Joanna music was like major in my life. Me too. Like, I don't know. There was a lot of bullshit times that I got through listening to music, especially as a teenager. Scott Baylor says they would have said something about Prince back in the day. There's no way we wouldn't hear about that for 20 years. That's true. Like they would have said it at the time when that song came out in the 90s. And then I was a Prince fan, big time. Prince died April 2016. It doesn't seem like it was that long ago. Yeah, me neither. Definitely. I love music. I try to listen to mostly high quality classical music these days, though. I mean, check out the what hertz your music is being played in, because there are apps you can get that will put it into like a better vibration. I do that too. We sit there and we'll download music, run it through that filter, and then put it onto storage devices so I can plug it into my car. I don't listen to the radio. Joanna says I turn on music first thing in the morning all day long. Oh yeah. Wake Up says, have they died or gone underground? It's like all the other deaths, a cover story. Yeah. Scott Baylor says, yeah, I want to get that app. It's a good app. And then you can get it as a program for your computer if you have like a PC. Yeah, look it up in the Google Play Store. They have them where it'll filter your music. That way it's not hurting your water molecules. Like if my husband's mean to me, I'm like, you're hurting my water molecules. What's the name? They have several different ones. The one we have on our computer, let me see. Wait, I won't be able to see the chat for a second. I'm trying to look up what it's called. Let me search my computer for it. Yeah, and it converts it from 440 hertz to 432. It's called UFUware. And then they have one, that's an old one though. I don't think it works anymore. But yeah, it's UFUware. All right. Let's see. Joanna says, I have eclectic taste, only gangster rap sex. I'm not a big fan of country music either. Wascally Wabbit, everyone love. I need to go take care. Oh, okay. Love you, Wascally. Thank you for coming in. Wake Up News says, I bet they all got clones to fill it in. Yeah. Or just regenerate. You know, like when you kill something in a video game and it just pops back up. Oh, and we're watching something about I think his name's Chris is it O'Connell? The singer from Soundgarden that died, that committed suicide or whatever. My husband was like, oh, look, his daughter's a singer. I bet she murdered him so she could have a career, like as a sacrifice. I was just like, oh my God. He's obsessed with like people sacrificing other people, with like the demonic agenda, with like everybody in Hollywood. He thinks everyone in Hollywood's like a tranny, which I mean, so. Scott Baylor says, I remember hearing something about the hertz being changed by the military a long time ago. Yeah, like it's a form of, I think it's something Nazis played with. I'm not sure. It's very scary sounding. Yeah. Yeah, Chris Cornell. That was me. Y'all scared the dogs. What? I said y'all scared the dogs. It scared me. See, that's Scott Baylor. There you go. Now you sound like my husband. My oldest daughter's like that too. She'll be like, oh, that equals 33. Yeah, 440 hertz is from Nazi information. Yep. Yeah, because like if you get like high quality classical music, it's always like 432. But they change it to 440 for it to disrupt your frequency, like your brainwave frequency. Hey, Rain. I'm glad to see you. I hope you're not pissed at me. You know I love you. I'm sorry, I get a little like a bossy mother. I don't mean to be like that. Hey. Let's see. The 432 player. Yeah, see, that's another one on Android. That's a good one. Princess song, I Would Die For You, 4th of April, 21st letter of the alphabet. Okay, Rain. So did Prince, you're a Prince fan, did Prince ever sing Nothing Compares to You, like the Sinead O'Connor song? That's definitely a Mandela effect for me. That's some bullshit. I'm very hyper today. I don't know, Scott. I'm not a perfect person, that's for sure. I could be an asshole. I don't mean to be. I just get a little control-y. Oh, that was true for you. So I just don't remember it. Or at least in the last 10 years. I just think I would remember it at the time, and I don't because I was a Prince fan. I loved that song. It was one. It's like even still to this day one of the top 100 best songs ever, like on some list somewhere. And I just think I would have known that before now. Like that just came into my awareness today. And I was like, what the fuck? Some of this stuff I'm like, is it just little known information? But I just feel like I would have known that. I don't know. Maybe not. I can accept that I didn't know it. That's okay. Yeah. I was hoping I'd see Ashley tonight. I tried, I think she must have fallen asleep again. Rain on the Plains. I've never heard of The Family. I know, like, whatever. Whatever. Yeah, and it's like some stuff I searched, it said, like, oh, that was a song for The Family. And then another one said it was like his regular band doing it. So it's just like, whatever. And Billy Graham died 3 times for you. Yeah. Well, yeah, this last one was his. Well, no, I remember him dying once. I remember him dying twice. So I just only remember him, I think, dying twice, not 3 times. And that's one that I paid attention to because I remember George Bush crying about it. I remember, and I remember him because, like, at the boarding school I went to at French camp, they were big. I mean, we watched Billy Graham. So we watched Billy Graham. Fucking pisses me off. See, and that could be true. I just didn't know about it. I was like, I thought I remembered her writing it, but I mean, I could be wrong about that. I could be misremembering. I just don't know. Just seems to me like I would have known that, but it's possible that I just didn't. I know the Diddy Kong one though. I know that's right. I know he only had one little star on his shirt. Now he has two. My daughter showed me that. She was like, I was playing this an hour ago and it was 1 star and now it's two. Yeah, but I mean, I just think, like, everything's like merging. That's why we're seeing this. That's why it's speeding up. You know, everything's spiraling in. It's going to get to the point where none of it's going to be hidden. Everybody's going to see it. Even people that you think are hopelessly asleep, there's going to be something that they cannot deny. I just think it's going to get to that point. It's at some point. Oh, let me ask you this, Rain on the Plains. Do you remember Rod Stewart dying? Scott Baylor says probably just not in our original dimension or whatever. Yeah. I'm really hyper today. I guess I'm all jacked up over selling a bunch of stuff today. It gets me all excited because I've had like a couple slow days at work where I didn't sell much, but I had some good sales today. People coming in and they're like doing a watch repair or like picking up a repair and I talk them into buying something, that is like high for me. Woo. Yes, Scott Baylor. I think Rod Stewart died about 8 years ago. Yeah, well, he's alive still, by the way, if you didn't know that. Annoying. That fucking shit pisses me off. And my allergies are like driving me nuts right now. No, nobody thinks you're a shill. That's so silly. Oh, did y'all see the shill list? Oh my goodness. I was like, okay. Rod Serling. I do. I remember that bastard dying. That's right. 432 is the Hertz. Yeah, 440 is bad, but 432 is good. If I said it in reverse, I didn't mean to. Oh, I don't know. He didn't actually, well, he was just like saying it like on his live stream. Most of the people, though, I don't know who he's talking about. So I just don't come in contact with them. QP and I agree on many things as far as the ME. That's cool. Yeah. Alone One says it's like living in a house with a lot of people. There are usually one or two that wake up early and start the coffee, build a fire, open the curtains to get things ready for everyone. That's true. Yeah, you and Q are from the same stream. See, like for me, I imagine like our creator God being like this, like the water source. And that, you know, it kind of like separates like into rivers. And I think that a lot of times some people are just from the same stream. They're just from the same vein. Yeah, Chris Cornell. CC equals 33. There's a demonic agenda for sure. Not sure about the tranny stuff. He's so obsessed with that tranny stuff. That is so funny to me. He's like, look, it's an Illuminati tranny. I'm like, oh my God, shut the fuck up about it. He is just too much. Like if we keep separate accounts, like he won't sign in when he looks at YouTube. So when I'm not signed in, it's like trannies, like just, you know, this one's a secret tranny, that one's a secret tranny, like all kinds of weird, like reverse speech stuff. But when I'm signed in, it's like, you know, meditation, and it's hilarious. Oh yeah, there's definitely a demonic agenda. Totally. There's some Skookum's like, well, there are some in Hollywood. Just look at their hips. Yeah. But I'll tell you, the male, not that, you know, I'm not judging anyone, but I'm just saying the female to male transgender people, like people who are just like honest about it. Like if you look on the plastic surgery sites and stuff, you cannot tell. I mean, the testosterone is very powerful when you give it to women. I mean, there's this one couple on YouTube, and the girl is like male to female, and then the boy is like female to male, and they're a couple. And the boy, I mean, it just looks like a guy. I mean, totally. I'm like, wow, that's so powerful. The facial hair and everything, like you would never be able to tell. It's really just bizarre. Rain says, I'm not pissed at all. Don't worry about it. I love you. But I mean, seriously, I mean, totally set up if you change your mind. Just get one phone call. That's all I know. That's all I need. Says it's really weird with these shills. I will have an attachment to some, and I just don't care anymore. But someone like you was a Shilmar that couldn't stop being friends with you. Oh, I hope nobody thinks that. I mean, that means you're getting paid by the government. And if y'all could see my bank account, I have like, let me see. Let's see how much money I have in there right now. Let's see, I'm gonna minimize that. I keep a spreadsheet, of my, I have like $82.14 until Friday. So there's that for a family of 4. So I think I'd be doing a little better. Scott Baylor says, I've got $25. Yeah. Skookum's like, he can't quit you. That's funny. Skookum, Justin Bieber is a gal. Yeah, and according to my hubby, him and what's her name? The little one that used to be on Disney. They're like from the same stock. Kristen Stewart is a guy. That's funny. Rain on the Plane says, I'm not afraid to say my disagreements on Emmys because the upside down note music thing freaks me out. Not for me. I've played piano since I was 6. Yeah. Scott Balo. I'm clearly a shill. That's hilarious. Britney Spears for sure. And my dad knows her dad. He's a lot younger than my dad, but they were in the same Mardi Gras crew. So, and then she was Queen of Bacchus one year, and I saw her at the Mardi Gras balls, and he was so proud. He was so fucking loaded though. But yeah, poor thing. Which I mean, she's an entertainer, so that's what happens. Let's see, maybe it was the clothes. Skookum says, I play piano. Nothing has changed as far as I can tell. Christina Aguilera, who knows? Probably. Oh my God, I can't believe we're talking about trannies now. And Joe would be so proud. Oh, and I'll tell you this, like Anne Rice's son, Chris Rice, like I knew him. He was a little younger than me, but I knew him in social circles. And I mean, she was so desperate for him to be gay. I don't know why, what her problem was, but okay. Yeah, it's like, I think we all vibrate on like a personal frequency. And then I think, some people are just on our frequency. I think it's just levels of it. I mean, just like I was saying earlier with MA's wife, like, I don't think she's unaffected. She's not like a zombie. She's aware of some things. She just chooses not to delve into it. I really believe that. So, like, people who are like totally unaffected, like my sister, if you bring it up to her, she'll start fucking screaming at you. I mean, she just gets all heated. So, and she'll like automatically have like all these explanations of why it's not like that. And then she'll run to my parents and be like, she has mental health issues and just all the stuff, like trying to stir up shit. So that's an unaffected person does shit like that. The writer Anne Rice, yeah. She had a little daughter that died. Um, and that's why she wrote in that child vampire in her books. She's all fucked up over it. Let's see, Rain on the Plains, not afraid at all to say differences of opinion about the ME because I know my memories will not be convinced otherwise. Yeah, I mean, like, we know what we know is the thing. Alone One. I saw the video about Michelle Obama being a man and all the anatomy proof, like shoulder width, hand information. Yeah, but I have a really good friend, Shannon, who was in the military. She did like 3 tours in Iraq. Well, no, 2 in Iraq and 1 in Afghanistan. And let me tell you, she is big like a man. I mean, she's got big, wide shoulders, but I mean, she's had kids and stuff. Like she's just like a normal person. She's definitely a girl. So some of that stuff, like, I just don't know because I mean, she's strong and she is tall. She's like almost 6 feet tall. She's got like a big muscle right here. She's got big old hands. So you just don't know. Okay, Rain, just let me know. But it's there. Yeah, it's ANNERICE. Yeah, Anne Rice. Skookum says I've known black women like Michelle. Oh yeah, that's what I'm saying. My friend Shannon, she's a black lady and she is big as hell. And she'll tell you that she can kick your ass. My long term is not damaged, but I have no short term memory. I think it's from this. I think that's why we're terrible. A lot of us are terrible spellers. I think that's why we get like confused in the moment. We lose our train of thought sometimes. I just think it's constant like shifting. I think Dark Wolf is right when he says that there are like group shifts or like maybe earth shifts, due to like the Schumann resonance and whatever data him and Chick collect. But I also think that people go through like individual shifting all the time, you know. I mean, you can sit there and look at our ME24 videos. Our faces look different from day to day. Our mannerisms are different. Personalities are different. I mean, it's constantly. Poppy Elm's a good example of that. She's constantly shifting. And it's not on a schedule. I mean, it just is the way it is, I think. It's just ramping up because we're getting real close to hopefully getting the fuck out of here and living with Jesus. Anne Rice got religious. Okay. Not that I know of. Okay. Rain on the Plain says Michelle Obama's muscles and physique normal. Seeing a bulge through the dress not normal. She could have just had an enlarged clitoris. Joanna, you're still experiencing lost time. The we have one of those atomic clocks at our work as a time clock, and it'll be off. It'll be off 30 minutes, an hour. It's been going on lately. Yeah, the Schumann resonance is insane. And like some people are saying that they can hear it. I can't hear it, but I feel really emotional and kind of just hyped up. And I'm wondering if it's from that. I'm not sure though. I haven't been like tracking my emotions versus what it's doing. Yeah, Rain did a good video earlier on it. And she was saying she could hear it in her mind. And like, I totally get that because I can hear the electricity in the walls sometimes. Scott Balo, besides having mood swings, has anybody noticed any changes with my personality? Um, no, I mean, with you, sometimes you seem more engaged or more disengaged, but To me, it seems like your mood seems, I mean, your personality seems pretty even. Yeah, that's the thing. You haven't, Joanna's saying you haven't done as many live streams. I've noticed that. Says maybe the tinnitus is part of hearing the resonance. I don't know. I'm not sure about that. I'm not sure what causes that. I know that it's possible to turn it off, like to block it from your mind so that you can't hear it. It takes a lot of meditation. It takes a lot of turning your mind off. I mean, if I sit there and I pull energy from the earth and I really work on turning my mind off, I will not hear it for a few days. Skidum says your energies are better, Scotty. Scott Baylor says, I noticed the brain had a big personality change about a week ago. Yeah. I did too. I became aggressive as fuck. I've been an asshole at work to this poor new lady. It's just she's so clueless. And I don't know. She's only part time, but it's just like I can't be bothered. You know, it's she's one of those people like if you sit there, like she was doing something, she was asking me how to spell Catan, which is a vendor that we work with. She took a phone message, and our boss is real particular about how you take the phone messages, and we told her, you know, how to do it, and she was writing it down on a post-it, which you're not supposed to do. After we just told her you've got to write it in the book, we have like a message, like one of those spiral message books. I was all like, hey, I was like, you know, a lot of the vendors we deal with are in like other countries or they're from other countries. They have heavy accents. So if you're not sure about like their name or the name of the vendor company, be sure and ask them to spell it and they'll spell it out for you. They're used to that. And she was like, I know. And I was like, well, then why are you asking me to spell it? And then later she asked me a question. I was like, oh, so now you want my help? Because earlier you didn't want it. So, and I tried to tell her something. I was like, she was like sitting down, and I was like, you know, if you can lean, you can clean. So I was like, I'm gonna get in trouble for sitting down like that. And she said something snarky to me, and I was just like, fine, you're on your own. I mean, I'm being a bitch, and I'm not usually like that. Just really aggressive. Let's see. Joanna said a headache today. I ate peanut butter, but it didn't help. Yeah. Some peanut butter doesn't have, I mean, it's so processed, it doesn't have any magnesium in it either. And you got to look at peanuts too. Like some of the peanuts that you buy don't, they really don't have any levels, noticeable levels of it. Some do, some will list it. I mean, I say take a magnesium supplement. Alone one says, whatever the bulge is, she needs to put some salve on it. Oh, yeah. Let's see. She needs a large roll of duct tape. Brain says, honestly, I never put much thought into this tranny business, but it is weird. It is strange. And it's something that I know they do. So, like, I firsthand know people that go through that shit. They can't have kids because their parents are assholes. They transgender them at birth. It's a sacrifice. Says, and usually those kids grow up to be politicians. They grow up to be business owners, locally famous. Skookum says, I'm smoking the indica for a bit. Oh, you're getting sleepy? Well, also, Skookum, I'm one of those people like back in the day, like if I smoked weed like consistently, like I don't do it anymore, but If I was like consistently smoking, my tolerance would get so high that I didn't get high. So it's something to think about. I'm like that with alcohol too. Like right now, if I drank one beer, I would be drunk. But if I consistently started drinking over a period of time, like when I was a bartender, I could drink big fat guys under the table. Like my tolerance will just get higher and higher and higher. And that's why I don't do prescription medications really. Like I took Xanax right after Hurricane Katrina, and I got to the point where I was going through a bottle like in 4 days to a week because my tolerance would just get so high. I would take more and more and more. So it's just like, it's not worth it. That's why I don't really do anything, because it's just not worth it to me, because it's not going to work for long. So what's the point? It's like a waste of money in my eyes, just for me, because my tolerance just builds so fast. A lone one says, if there's an agency scanning chat rooms, this has to be entertaining for them. They're like, well, what the fuck are these people even talking about? Joanna says, my peanut butter is natural, no sugar added. I mean, you take magnesium, it might be another issue because you've got some health problems. So, scoop contains some rich. Oh yeah. Random of Plains, I agree with you on MA's partner. Nice to see her on screen. Yeah, some people just don't want to deal with it straight up. You know. Skookum says I've only been doing this oil for like a week or so. I mean, that's all it used to take for me. Like if I would do it for like a few days. So back in the day, I would get like some weed and I would smoke it for a few days, and then I would stick it in my freezer for a few days and do it like that. Or I would smoke for like a week and then not smoke for a month. And then, just so I could feel it. Otherwise, it was just like, unaffected people usually get super angry. Yeah, she is. She is sweet. Scott Baylor, it's so annoying when your tolerance level grows. It really is. I fucking hate that shit. It makes me mad. Joanna says she needs to put tags that will bring in the unaffected. I'm telling you, I don't tag any of my shit. Not at all. No tags. And not. I usually won't put a description. I like to keep it on the DL. I mean, because this is nice for me. It's intimate. I don't like the bigger groups. You just get lost. I don't think I could handle the chat of like what's his name? Scott Harrison. I couldn't handle that chat. I don't know how he keeps up with it. I guess he just had a lot of practice, but there ain't no way. Joanna says, surely MA knows about the tags. He might be trying to protect her from shills. Or, not really shills, but what are they? Trolls. Scott Bailey says, I don't think she's going to get many people like herself. If she gets typical unaffected people, they'll be assholes. I'm hoping that people who see the changes, who have spouses that don't, may like say, hey, look at this channel, and she'll get a following like through word of mouth like that. Because I think it's beneficial, I mean, I know it's stupid to say, but it's just like that whole like Laurel Yanny bullshit, or like the Green Needle, really. The Green Needle brainstorm. Two people can be sitting side by side and hear something different. I mean, that's the way it works. And I mean, I've been saying from the beginning, I believe all this is organic and natural. It's always been this way. I mean, you can go back to the very first live stream I ever did, like when I live streamed with MA that one time. That's what I said to him, that it's organic and that it's layered. And I'm not going to diverge from that. I really believe that's the way it is. So, I mean, I can be proven wrong, but I think as time goes on, like people are realizing it's always been this way. It's just ramping up. And I think Svetlana is right. I think that in the end we will see the truth. And I think that's in the Bible too, and it's outside of the Bible. And it's something that is worked into a lot of so-called religious stories. And Joanna says she needs to stop making it look cartoon, but she might have been trying to conceal her identity a bit. Who knows? Skookum says, I think I have low level anxiety all the time. I think most of us do. And I think it's good. It's a good thing to have a bit of anxiety because, if we lived in the wild, if you have anxiety, that means you're going to survive. I think it's left over you know, from that kind of thing. Maybe us living like more like in the wild, not in houses, or being like nomads or whatever, because you have to be like hyper aware of your situation, of your surroundings in order to survive in the wild. So I think, I think it's part of the reason we see this stuff because I think most of us have some type of anxiety issue. I know I do, you know. I mean, you can see me right now. I'm kind of on edge. Let's see. She pushes too many buttons. Who? Scott Balo says, I think some things are purposefully deceptive, but yes, I think it's natural. Oh, yeah. Yeah, it's like, I think we live, this is what I ultimately believe. I think it's created by God, our creator, who made us in his image, just like it says. I do believe in Jesus Christ. I do think that religions tried to bastardize him. And I know that the Masonic order tries, I mean, at the upper levels, you find out that they try to portray him as something he's not. And I think he's been used as a tool to control people, which is I think he would be really pissed off about. But I think that if it is a computer simulation, which I'm leaning towards, it's been hacked. And they use devices like spell casting. They use like plays, movies, all kinds of things to reverse engineer this place and to hack it. It's been going on since the beginning of time. We don't know what technologies do and don't exist really. We're kept in the dark about all that stuff. So that's just my opinion. And if they are really doing anything at CERN, or if the D-Wave computer really does work, they're using it to talk to other dimensions, and they will tell you that. Look up the D-Wave computer and look up what the freaking creator says about it. He's sitting there saying that they're talking to other dimensions. So I mean, he says it plain as day. But let's see. Alone One says there are people like us that see it all and accept it, and then there's like a crossover group that see it and they're scared to death to admit it. I think that's true too, because they don't want to be labeled as weird or different. Skookum says, I'd love to be able to relax. Oh yeah, that would be awesome. Random on the plane says, sorry guys, lost sound, had to reboot. No, you didn't miss anything. It's just me jibber jabbering. Oh, okay, I see what you're saying. Rain says, I would be able to relax if I could be with the person I want. Oh, I hope you get that. Let's all try to manifest that for Rain. If she wants to be with the person she wants to be with. Total hack job. That's funny. D-Wave works. I'm telling you, it does. And the guy sits there and tells you we are talking to creatures in another realm. I mean, he plainly says it. Let's see. CERN supposedly created antimatter, which opens up doorways to chaos dimension. Oh yeah, and they're like trying to create dark matter. They're sitting there storing it under like universities. Joanna says, husband was alive when I became aware, then passed 6 months later, so I don't think that concept is right. What concept? Let's see. They never tell us straight up what they're doing. That's why I think this whole CERN D-Wave is bullshit, and it could be. I don't know. Rain on the Plain says, and the problems they can solve are two through the 2048 power map. Now that means they're merging dimensions. They're determining best for all outcome. That's why you see death alive scenarios. Quantum computers means that 1 and 0 can exist simultaneously. Death alive. Yeah, that sounds right to me. That sounds right. See, and if you look at the guy, at the creator, he does these talks, and I mean, they'll show snippets of it, but if you sit there and listen to what the guy's saying, he's telling you straight out what he's doing. And he's not hiding it because they can't. They're not supposed to. Best for the elite. Oh, well, yeah. It's always like that since beginning of time. But that's the thing. These people don't realize, or they do, or they just don't give a shit. They think they can prolong this shit forever is the problem. And they can't. You know, we are going to have a judgment. It is going to end at some point. Or even if you just die, I mean, when you stand at the gates of heaven, who's going to stand up for you? Who's going to raise their hand and say, you know, this person did this for me, or, you know, because, you know, what you do in secret, your father sees in secret, you know, and as long as you've been doing those things, you ain't got nothing to worry about. And I think just the fact that we can see this stuff, you ain't got nothing to worry about. I mean, unless you're like murdering people, which I don't think any of us are. I think that's the one thing that just seals your fate, is if you're out there just like murdering people. Randall Plain says they have to reveal what they're doing, but no one pays attention. Randall Plain says I'm a miserable sinner. That's why I believe in Jesus Christ. Not that I've killed anyone. Yeah, I mean, you know, I think it's a lie to sit there and think like it's something that's like a lie we tell ourselves, to sit there and think that we're unforgivable, because that's just bullshit. Because he knows us better than anyone. That's the thing. He understands. We are a part of him. I mean, it says it right there. If you're a Bible believer, it says we're created in his image. Therefore, we are a part of him. So we're like him. I mean, if we're a part of him, therefore we're like him. So I think he understands the inner conflict. That's why his first creation was evil. You know, that's why it's a dualistic world. It's good and bad. You know, it's just a thought. I know. I never understood that, the thing with the children. God bless it. Especially if you're a mom, then it really, even like, you know, when I see, not, I mean, I apologize if anybody's living like this, but like when I see like much older men with younger girls that could be their daughters, I'm just like, ugh. My best friend Frankie is a gay guy, and he always dates guys that are his dad's age. So I don't know. He likes them old daddies. Yeah, Scott Baylor says, I don't think we're going to be judged. Yeah, I think that you choose to go there. You make the deal. I think basically in order to go to hell, you have to make the deal with the devil, with the demons. And you have to consciously say, I'm turning away from God. I mean, and I don't think any of us, if you're sitting there like upset about your actions or just even making that statement saying I'm a miserable sinner, that already means you're saved. You know what I mean? I mean, if you're like, because otherwise you would have sold your soul and you've been like, I don't give a shit. You have to like really turn your back. It's just like a loving parent. They're always going to be there for you. I mean, I wouldn't even worry about it. Yeah. I mean, I think that that's one of the things God's not going to put up with. Yes. I mean, I agree with that, Scott. Maybe by ourselves. Whoever's in control, Ellen one says, whoever's in control on earth has used Jesus like some sort of politician. I agree. First, they get you to vote for him, then they use him to control you. There's no freedom in that. And that's the thing. Jesus was not about that. Like, if you sit there and really read about his life, he never asked for, you know, he never asked for all that. I don't think he would agree with the way they spend money at the Vatican. I just don't think he would, but yet they do it, and what they're creating is like a falsity. All those rules and regulations and all that bullshit, that's not the way it is. And that's the thing, people who have like a mind can see that. So if the girls are over 19, that's okay, but if they're under, no, yeah, so gross. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, I don't fear God at all. I know he's got my back. Yeah, organized religious sucks. It just really does. Yeah, the Vatican's evil. Yeah. And see, I'm a Catholic, like I was confirmed Catholic, but I mean, I confronted the priest and never went back. So, oh no, nobody's kicking you out. I mean, Svetlana is like, whew. I mean, you see the stuff she says, and like her and I are friends. I mean, and like my best friend Frankie is a Buddhist. He thinks it's all like a fairy story. But I mean, I think at the end of the day, like as long as you're trying to like help people spread love, you're like walking a certain path with your life. I mean, I don't think like a native person in the rainforest who's unaware is going to go to hell. You know what I'm saying? I think there are exceptions to it. Yeah, we love you, Skookum. Nobody's going to kick you out. Good Lord. Everybody's entitled to their opinion. That's like the thing is like I won't practice yoga because I think it's like you're putting yourself in demonic positions, but that's just me. And that, if somebody wants to do that, that's cool. Whatever. Just like I mean, there are some people that think that's completely ridiculous that I believe what I believe. But that's okay. I mean, we're still human at the end of the day. Let's see. Oh, your little daughter's so cute, Claire Jane. I'm glad you're friends with me on Instagram. She's adorbs. Scott Baylor says, I've been having angry thoughts towards God, but only because we're forced to stay here. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, but like, Scott, you got to remember, like, there's free will, though, in a way. I mean, and it might be like Svetlana says, as soon as enough of us agree that it's a simulation, that's going to break it. I mean, I think she's right about a lot of stuff she says, like about the Matrix and all that stuff. I mean, I tend to agree with her on a lot of what she thinks. You know, I mean, when she talks about some stuff, I mean, it makes my chest vibrate. Like I know it's true. I could just tell. I really think it is. Yeah. That's the thing. It's Satan that has control. And you got to think that God is so loving that he could control, he could destroy Satan if he wanted to, but he doesn't, because I think at the end of the day, he's hoping he'll turn himself around. And I know that sounds nuts, but I believe that he can't kill his own creation. He just can't do it. That's why I think that you have to choose it, because we're all given free will. It's some, on some level. And that's the thing. I mean, we may think we're trapped here, and we could very well be trapped here, but I think we chose this. I think before we came here, we had the free will to choose it, and we knew what it was going to be. It's just here we don't remember, and we're having a hard time coping with that. So. Skickum says the negative beings have a lot of power here. That's right. Our light is and good is stronger than that. Scott Balo says, I hope so. I feel like she knows what she's talking about too. Yeah, there's something she says. You can just tell she's got a conviction about it. She fucking knows what she's talking about. Yeah, Randy on the plane says, yeah, we all have free will. Otherwise we'd be robots. That's true. Yeah, we're trapped, but in a different sense. Yeah. Trapped by choice. And I think there could be people that have been trapped here for lifetime after lifetime after lifetime. And I think there are some people who are sent here to just kind of, make us all realize what it is so that we can get out and go and live with our creator once again. I'm looking forward to that day, I'll tell y'all. I really am. I'm getting tired of it. I'm getting tired of all this shit. I'm ready. I mean, it fills me full of wonder and it's exciting, but at the same time, I get really tired of it. Just having to struggle. Just having to struggle and work so hard for this little bit of money and, moments of peace. It's the pits. But I try to see the good in it. I mean, it could be worse, trust me. Spending 2.5 years in prison, you really see how living here could be much worse. I still am thankful I can walk outside and put my feet on the ground every day and look up at the sky anytime I feel like it and go to the bathroom when I want to and not have to worry and not have to sit like elbow to elbow with other people. That's always nice, being able to, shower in privacy. I never let it leave. I always keep it at the front of my mind so I don't fuck up again. So I don't do something so impulsive. Sit there trying to help someone, because that's how I got put in prison. Erasing camera footage and trying to protect someone who stole. So I get real impulsive with stuff like that. Like if I just want to rescue, I just want to help. So, but I sat there and chose that girl over my family. So, which was wrong. I should have thought about my babies first. And I just wasn't thinking. I was just acting on that emotion. So, I used to be worse than this. Oh God, yes. Or just to like have a pillow and be comfortable. My God, because in the big prison, it was like these mats that had a bump on them. There was like no real pillow. I would like stuff like all of my white t-shirts into my uniform at night and make a pillow. Yes, it is a blessing to be free. If you've never been incarcerated, just be so glad you have not. Please don't do. And people don't realize they're like 2 steps away from being in prison. See, that was, I know that a lot of y'all heard me talk about like, buying that property and all that. But really, that was my plan before I ever got on here. You know, it wasn't my plan because I was a part of like the ME community, but it's a prison outreach plan to help women who get out of prison. And that's what that's the core of it, really, you know, help people like have a life, get back on their feet, you know. It's going to get to that eventually. But like, if you get out, then because like when you get out, I mean, somebody who's lost everything, like I can hook them up with the right people to get them back on their feet, get a little bit of money, get you a tiny house, get you a shed, it gives you a place to live for a little while, rent free, can save up some money. That's the goal. But we'll see if it works out. And we may not even have that long. You know, I may live to be 50. I don't know. Skookum says, I think a lot of us have been incarcerated in different ways. Oh, yeah. Like I've been in boarding school. I was in a mental hospital when I was like 14 because I tried to commit suicide and I woke up in there. Well, first I woke up because they were pumping my stomach. And then when I ultimately woke up, I was in there. That was terrible. You know, a lot of us like have been in relationships or just life circumstances, you know. Whew. I don't know. That water fast was crazy though, y'all. Skookum, two bad marriages. Oh yeah, being stuck in a bad relationship. Oof. That's the thing. I love my husband, but I wouldn't do it again. No way, no how. I would be free. That would be it. Because I always figured like if something happened to him, like he died or something, if I married somebody else, I wouldn't be free to like, you know, be around my grandkids whenever I wanted, or I'm just not ever going to contend with another person like that again. I'm going to bed, Skookum. It was good to see you too. You stay in bed's making me tired. I think I'm probably gonna go ahead and head out anyway, y'all. I'm tired. I gotta go to bed. I gotta go sell jewelry tomorrow. Lord. So freaking is what it is. All right, guys. Yeah, good night, y'all. Love you too, Rain. Thanks for coming in. Love you, Scott Balo, if you're still awake. Good night, y'all. And I will see y'all tomorrow, most probably. If I can get my mouse to work. Bye, y'all.